guys, so like we normally do, we're going to take you for a walk around the Polaris RZR Trail S Premium. This is the 1000 version. We'll start with the front here. Obviously the bonnet, like most side-by-sides I've ever tested, everything's plastic. We prefer that. Plastic's lighter, it's malleable, you can bash into it, you can smash stuff into it, nothing dense. It's much better than anything metal that some people might think. Under here, you've pretty much just got all your basic stuff that you really never need to access. You know, coolant, you've got a few different fuses and other bits and pieces. So there's not much happening in there. As we move around, obviously, like most of these RZRs, they have a pretty handy bull bar, as you can see, and this could be nudged a few gates with it. It's totally fine, it's pretty solid. You can buy extra external bits that wrap around the whole vehicle if you're going to be bumping into trees. It's pretty solid. We'll keep kind of going around. The lights were excellent. We've got these daytime running lights, which we really like. Just makes it look modern and cool. They don't add too much in terms of light, they just look really good. And it helps if people can see you coming, I guess, if you're riding in a recreational area. We'll keep moving our way around the vehicle. Get to the tyres. Obviously they're running 26-inch rims. These are bigger than some of the Rangers and some of the Generals, which is better. Gives you just a little bit of extra clearance and a little extra cushion when you fly through the paddocks. Solid set of alloys too. Suspension wise, underneath there, we found it really comfortable. It pretty much handled all the bumps, rocks and logs that we could throw at it. It's not the Fox podium stuff that you see in the top of the line RZRs, but it did a sufficient job. We could jump it too, we had no problems jumping. Keep kind of moving our way around. This one comes standard with doors. These are so good. Little kind of switch on the inside here, like a little metal switch. And all you do, push it in, they open up, you can hop out, open a gate, give them a good shut, and they're pretty solid. They are light and flimsy because they're plastic, but that's actually a better thing. I don't want big heavy doors. They stopped everything that we needed to. It also comes with this pretty muddy now, but pretty handy side step bar, I guess you'd call it. It's almost like a scrub bar. Excellent for bashing into stuff, pushing things over. I think it also protects the side and the bottom of the vehicle really well too. So we're going to keep coming around. The cool thing about this Trail S Premium is that it runs the full RZR roll cage, so you've got so much protection that you don't get with some of the other more agricultural style side by side, so the General or the Ranger. This just gives that little bit of added extra comfort, so that if you are flying through a paddock and you have a little bit of a mistake, and you do roll, you've got so much extra protection that runs all through the top of the vehicle. If we move under here, all your motors under here, it's 1000cc. We've got the top of the line Trail S Premium today, which is pretty cool. And we found the 1000 without the turbo is plenty of power. People forget that it was only 5, 6, 7 years ago, before we got turbos, especially in Australia, that this was the going motor for racing and for all recreational activity. So still got heaps of poke. Alright, as we kind of come around the vehicle more, we get to this cargo capacity. Like I said, Polaris warned me that it's not very big. I got it and I thought, you know what, I think it is quite big. I really like how much how much stuff we could fit in there. I think you'll be surprised at how much gear you can actually fit in this space, as opposed to the XP RZRs. But it does enough for a little bit of agricultural work. Alright, so we'll hop in the RZR and you'll be able to kind of see how big it is on me. I'm 6'1". I fit pretty comfortably. I haven't got my helmet on because I'm not driving, but I fit easy with the helmet. I've probably got an inch or two above my head before I hit the roof. Again, roof aftermarket, so if you're real tall and you don't fit, you don't have to buy it. Very comfortable position. I like where your arm sits on here. You can kind of rest while you're doing lots of work, which is nice. It is a basic layout as opposed to the top of the line RZRs. I'm just going to turn the ignition on. I won't turn the engine on, so we can get everything kind of up and running. On the dash, you got your tacho for your revs, which is handy. Not that you're changing gears, obviously it doesn't do that. And then on the left, you got your speed, and not that you need to see that either. So it's pretty handy. In the digital display in the middle, you've got time, what gear you're in, also what temperature it's running at. You've got your fuel displayed there, so it's pretty basic and pretty easy to see in front of you. You can adjust the steering wheel, so if you're tall, short, toggle this lever, you can pull it up and down. It's not telescopic. See, it goes up, it goes down, but it won't come in and out. So on the dash, we have high beam and low beam, 4-wheel drive and 2-wheel drive. It's a basic setup on the dash, like I said, compared to some of the top of the line models in Polaris's range, but that's all you need, especially for what you're using this vehicle for. Also got a glove box down here, pretty handy. Store away your phone and wallet and everything else while you rip around the area you're riding in. So the other cool thing is it's got 2 drink holders. This is a regular kind of Polaris drink bottle. Fits in perfectly. It doesn't slide and go anywhere, so if you're out working all day, you can keep your fluids up. And it's also got a gear shifter. The thing I love about this is Polaris, they all do the same thing, and it's excellent. It's just all the way down for park, all the way up for height. There's no getting it into a gate or a notch, so when you're hopping in and out of the car real quick to open gates and do whatever, it's not even a second to go from height all the way into park and hop out. There is no park brake in this vehicle, you just simply use the park gear. This is the aftermarket windscreen. It pops out, which is really handy. All you simply do is lift this lever and then give it a good nudge. It's a little bit stiff. We haven't used it that much, and you get a bit of airflow. You can shoot out the front of it if you want to do that kind of thing too. Yeah, it's pretty basic. And then to pull it back in, it's as simple as that, and she's locked back in. So these bucket seats are incredibly comfortable. They're better than the Ranger bench seat in my opinion. You can sit in all day and they kind of hold you in. It's also adjustable, so there's a lever down here that you pull to the left, you can slide it forward, you can slide it back. I'm, like I said, a tall guy, so I need it all the way back, but if you're shorter, you can slide it right up with the steering wheel, so you're pretty comfortable.
Alright, so there you have it guys. We've been testing this Polaris RZR Trail S1000 Premium for quite a while now, and we're absolutely loving it on our farm and on our test tracks. It's both recreational and agricultural, probably leaning more towards the recreational side, we reckon. It's narrower than most RZR XPs that you're probably used to, which makes it good for mustering and doing bits and pieces between the trees, which is handy, and it's got a tight U-turn, which also makes it good for farm.
We've been able to put nearly 200 kilos worth of salt licks in there, so it's okay. Loads of power, suspension's excellent. We haven't broken it, we haven't rolled it, but yeah, it's probably falling somewhere between recreation and agriculture, leaning towards recreation, but you can use it for mustering, that kind of thing. It's been a great stepping stone to go from an entry level, kind of get a feel for that racy look and feel of a RZR before you step into a turbo. We think it'll fit into that kind of category perfectly as well.